Hey everybody, this is Oscar once again from the Side Hustle Playbook, and today doing something a little bit different. Have a boxing fight party thing that I'm going to on this Saturday, and some friends of mine had asked maybe I could do some shirts for us, some matching shirts for that event. So definitely said I would go ahead and do it, but while I'm doing this, I thought this would be a great time to do some testing. So today I thought it would be cool to do a little pre-treat testing. Of course, it's not going to be the most scientific. I'm just going to kind of lay it all out as far as the settings. Going to try to keep everything the same for all three. I'm going to do 3 different pre-treats. We've got different samples from different companies, so I thought this would be great to just give it a go, see what happens, see what they end up coming out like. So we're going to be testing out the Firebird FBX 100, the Image Armor Ultra, and the Creek pre-treat. So I've used all of them a little bit here and there. I think they're all pretty good, but I thought for this, we'd actually go head to head. It's going to be a little tough because normally you'd want to, depending on settings and things like that, you might need to adjust a little bit here and there for each one. But just to try to keep it, apples for apples, I'm going to do the same settings for all 3. So the pre-treat amount that I lay down, I'm going to use the same setting on our Pearl PTM pre-treat machine. I'm going to dry the pre-treat the same way for all 3, and then we're going to print the same image and then go through the conveyor dryer and then just see how they come out. Again, I know it's not the most scientific, but I thought this would be at least I got to print these shirts anyways. They're not going to customers, so I thought this would be a great way to kind of check out the different pre-treats and go from there. Before we start, I'm definitely going to need to do a cleaning. I'm up for my weekly cleaning, so we'll do that. Then we'll go in and start pre-treating everything, and we'll see how it goes. So stick around, and we'll go through the whole process together. And once we're all done, we'll look at all 3 shirts and see how they came out. All right, guys. So basically finished everything up last night. Let them sit for the night, and then gonna go ahead and take a look at them now. So basically, what I'm gonna look for is the feel, the touch and feel of them. Of course, the look, how the colors look on them, and then if I'm seeing any of that, square box around the where we pre-treated and stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look. We'll start with the first one. Let me go ahead and flip the camera around. All right, so this one is the Firebird FBX 100. As you can see, let's see here. Print looks really good. The red looks nice and vibrant. White looks great. Green is good. And I'm not seeing too much of the fabric coming through, which is always nice. That's always been one of the issues I had, especially early on, where we'd print and you could see the color of the shirt coming through a little bit. So this is looking great. The feel of it feels real nice. And even around where the pre-treat was at, still feels pretty soft. So we're not getting that hard, stiff feel there. You do see a little bit of the box. I'm not sure if you can see that. Kind of right there. We'll see it kind of changes color a little bit. But it's not too bad. It's actually, like over here, it's a little bit harder to see. I'll be honest, if this was something that I was selling, I would probably do it again with a little bit less pre-treat. So rather than going from a 40, I might go to 35 or maybe a 30 and just see how that plays. But since these are ones that we're wearing, no biggie as far as that. But again, as you can see, it is there a little bit, and this could wash out and look better after that first wash. But overall, not bad. I mean, like I said, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. Let's see here. So pretty good. Let's go on to the next one. All right, now we're looking at the Image Armor. This one feels very similar. The feel is good. Ink feels great. Print looks good. Green is a little bit flatter. Very tough to see. The red still looks good. I'm not seeing too much, like right here, you can see a little bit of let's see if you can see a little bit of the black coming through. I'm not sure if you can see. It's actually very tough to see, but you can see it right there as well. Let me see if we can zoom in on that a little bit. Can we focus? Hard to see there, but you can see it coming through just a little bit. And then on the top, I'm a little worried. I'd be a little bit worried about right here. There's a little bit of the cracking. Again, same settings, we went with 40. The shirt feels good though, so it doesn't feel bad, but I definitely do see more, and you can see it right there, more of the box. So you see that pre-treat box right there, and that's using the 40. Again, we'd probably do the same thing. We'd roll it back. This one I'd probably try and dry more, like not naturally, but where I'm letting the heat press hover. Maybe just let try to let it dry on its own, and then do like a final press before printing. Just because that box is pretty, you can see it pretty good there. Again, not horrible. But if, somebody like myself, definitely looking at it, definitely see it, can't hide it. Again, hopefully it would wash out, but I don't think it'll completely wash out. Like something like that, I think you'll see a little bit of it no matter what. But overall, similar in the sense of the print. Like I said, just a little bit of a concern right here, where I can see kind of like the lines of the, almost like it wants to crack. And I can see a little bit of the shirt under that. So that's Image Armor Ultra, and we did the dark formula for this one. All right, so here's the third one. This is the Creek. You know, print again, feels good. Print looks good. Again, a little bit of see-through right here. A little bit of see-through, a little bit there. Here looks pretty strong though. This is like a rough print, so like some of the, these things right here, of course, are part of the design. But overall, looks pretty solid. Feels good though. Definitely does not feel hard or anything like that. But am seeing a little bit of the pre-treat box. Let me kind of zoom out a little bit. You can kind of see it there at that angle again. Not horrible. With the blacks, it's always tricky. You guys always got to be a little bit careful with the blacks. So again, maybe we go down in the pre-treat. Instead of 40, we go down to 35 or 30. See how that plays. But trying to keep it apples to apples. So we're kind of comparing everything. But the print came out nice. I mean, I am happy with the print. Feels real nice. Very similar to the Firebird. But overall, yeah, I mean, I'd be happy with this. Again, just a little bit. Would have to work a little bit on the pre-treat box. But the print itself looks good. And like it's ready to go. All right, so let's go ahead and put these all side by side just to give them one more look. And then I'll give you guys my thoughts on them. All right, so there's the FBX Firebird 100. Then we got the Image Armor. And finally, the Creek. All very close. I mean, they're all, pretty spot on. All right, so what's my verdict? Again, this is my unscientific test. But I would say all three of them, all perform pretty well. Between first and third, it's very close. The feel of them, I was surprised by all of them being pretty good. I thought Image Armor might be a little bit stiffer, especially when I was spraying it. Seems a little bit thicker. But overall, they all feel pretty soft. The ink feels like almost, like that, almost like that screen print feel. Very nice there. Again, I would probably do another test on some of these at a lower pre-treat level just to see if that helps with the staining. But just going apples by apples, like I've said before, I think I've said apples more in this video than I have in a long time. Just kind of comparing with the numbers that I did do, I would probably say my favorite of the three is the Firebird FBX. Creek right behind it, very close. And then the Image Armor behind them. Again, not a huge difference, but at that level, the pre-treat box is definitely more noticeable with the Image Armor. And then the color, especially like the green, was a little bit flatter to me looking at it. And I asked my wife as well to take a quick look. I just kind of asked her, between the Creek and the Firebird, it was a little bit indistinguishable. But you definitely could see it much easier with the Image Armor. And then again, like the green, she felt like that one was a little flatter as well, or just looked a little bit more, not as vibrant with the green in particular. But Firebird, what I liked about that one, the box is definitely less noticeable. So I'm pretty confident if we go down to 35, we'll probably be in in the wheelhouse for the black shirt. Every color that you use is you might need to adjust it a little bit. There's not going to be a one number or one amount of grams that's going to be perfect for every single color. Your darkers will go with one. And the lighter the shirt, the less you have to use in most cases. So definitely keep adjusting your numbers until you hit that sweet spot. And then normally, like if I have a color that I feel might give me trouble, I'll hover over the shirt after the pre-treat to let it dry as much as possible. And then after that, give it just one quick press to bring the fibers down and then print. I find that's the best way for me to get as little of the pre-treat box as possible. But I think you can't go wrong with any of the three. So it's definitely going to be your preference or what's available or what do you have. I think when you get the Ricoh, I think they're still giving you like a big gallon of the image armor. So definitely go through it and try it out. And then you can go to a lot of these online stores where you get your pre-treatment. Will normally give you a small little quart or a small little bottle that you can try out. So let me actually show you. So when you are looking to test, you can buy these smaller bottles, basically 32 ounces from a lot of the different online stores that sell DTG equipment and pre-treatment. This is the one from Creek, again, 32 ounce. These are great because it definitely lets you test them out, see what works best for you, and then what do you prefer? But with the Pearl PTM, usually when I'm testing, I usually start at the 40 and then I'll kind of adjust accordingly after that. But overall, I mean, like I said, I think between the Firebird and the Creek, very close for what I like to see. And this was right behind it. Again, I'm sure if I adjust and play with it a little bit more, especially with the drying of the pre-treat, I can probably get rid of that box and get a better print. The vibrancy, maybe we have to play around with the anti-rip settings, but overall, not too bad. So I hope you find this video useful. Let me know what you use. There's tons of different pre-treats out there, but I'm trying to find that one that I stick to. I've used Firebird quite a bit, but definitely wanted to give these ones a shot. And like this one, I'm almost out of. And the Creek just started using it. Some folks really liked it. But there's like the SK pre-treat, the T-treat. There's all sorts of them. So if there's any one that you like, definitely leave the comments and just let me know what you guys do to prevent that pre-treat box. I'd love to hear what you guys are doing because that's always my biggest concern when I'm sending out a shirt to a customer that paid for it, right? Definitely don't want to give them that big box around it. So the conveyor dryer has definitely helped with that. But again, those went through the conveyor dryer and you see that sometimes we'll still get that little pre-treat box. So any tips you guys have, I'd love to hear them. Until next time, thank you very much. And be sure to send any emails to Oscar at sidehustleplaybook.biz and check out our site. Talk to you guys later.